émissions préférées, elles sont toutes sur Radio Grand Lac.
Your English Weekly. Your English Weekly. La chronique 100% en anglais de Radio Grand Lac avec Sinead.
Bonjour chers auditeurs, comment allez-vous aujourd'hui et bienvenue à Your English Weekly, la 5e émission de 2024 sur le 92.1 FM Radio Grand Lac. L'émission qui te présente le meilleur de la langue anglaise avec un peu de culture, un peu de divertissement, bien sûr avec beaucoup de vocabulaire. Je suis votre animatrice Sinead et je suis ravie d'être ici aujourd'hui avec Tim. Bonjour Tim.
Bonjour Sinead, hello.
Vous pouvez me trouver à Your English Workshop à Aix-les-Bains ou le Ravoir. Et n'oubliez pas, nos stages d'enfants, ils sont ouverts pendant les premières semaines de les vacances. L'épisode aujourd'hui est à niveau A2 B1. Moi, je ferai la A2 et Tim
B1.
Voilà. Et bien sûr que vous pouvez nous écouter cette émission sur YouTube. Good afternoon, lovely listeners, and welcome to Your English Weekly, the show that brings you the best of the English language between culture and entertainment. I'm your host, Sinead, and I'm thrilled to be here with Tim today. Today's episode is about Shrove Tuesday Pancake Day, Level A2. And Tim, what are you going to talk about?
Today I'm going to talk about veganism.
Ooh, so B1 level veganism. Listeners, you will find the scripts on the website of Your English Weekly. So let's start with our little pun now. So what's going to be our pun this week, Tim?
So, what did the grape say when it got crushed?
So what did the grape, so a grape is from le raisin. Okay, so what did the grape say when it got crushed, écrasé?
Nothing, it just let out a little whine.
Ah, a little whine or wine. So when you crush the grapes, you get wine. But if you get crushed, you cry and you whine. Oh, I see the pun, Tim.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you.
They're spelled differently.
Well, listeners, stay tuned in because you're going to hear a little tip from me at the end. So, Tim, let me know, what are we going to talk today about veganism? Is that what you said?
Yes. So, it's not strange anymore to hear of someone being a vegan.
Are you a vegan?
No.
Okay.
I remember 10 years ago when it was surfacing, and it sounded radical to follow this strict diet.
Okay.
I mean, vegetarians at that time were frowned upon.
Frowned upon. They were looked at badly, were they? Mm-hmm. Okay. Whereas today...
Differently, I guess, yeah.
Differently.
Yeah.
And today it's a movement?
Today's it's become more of a movement, the vegan movement, I'd say.
Okay, so that means it's becoming something more and more popular.
Yes, because with the climatic change, it's appropriate for all of us to change our ways and tackling, looking if what we eat can benefit the climate change, then we should make an effort. We do recycling, obviously.
Of course.
We fly less. We all have to look at certain ways to help with the climate. And I think as I get older, I start to think about animals more.
Of
and I
course,
think more guilty if I eat a lamb.
Guilty.
Yeah.
Do you know what that means, auditors? Guilty. Coupable. Okay, so what words are we going to hear today then, Tim?
So we have frowned upon, which we mentioned.
We just said, so mal vu or pas bien vu.
Big boost.
Okay, a boost, un allant? Un allant, okay. A boost, something that makes you a little bit happier, or un allant, okay.
Improve.
Améliorer.
Set a target.
Okay, so to set a target, c'est fixer un objectif assez précis.
Like a meat intake.
So intake is when on fait la consommation de quelque chose. So meet intake, la consommation de viande.
Survey.
Un sondage.
And caring.
Alors, caring has got a lot of little different things, but usually it's when you're concerned about someone. Donc, quand on se sentir concerné de quelqu'un ou de quelque chose.
Okay. So, anyway, recently this article was
from
about...
Vocab or from Go Magazine?
From Go Vocab.
Go Magazine.
Go Magazine, yes.
Okay.
It's a vegan agenda has had a big boost. The National Food Strategy aims to improve health in the UK and protect the environment, and has set a target to lower the nation's meat intake by 30%.
Okay, that's good.
Yes.
30% is quite a high
Target,
yeah.
If they can manage that, that's great. So plant-based diets are being promoted healthier and a more sustainable option.
Of course, okay.
And a recent survey carried out by the Vegan Society in the UK reports that 1 in 4 Brits has reduced their consumption of animal-based products in the last 12 months.
So when you say Brits, do you mean the British?
British public.
Ah, yes, okay.
Yes, and the main reasons was they were more concerned about their health.
So they were caring about themselves.
Yeah, caring about their health and the planet, and spending more time with their companion animals.
Yeah, and it's true that we do like to have our animals with us at home. They are good company, aren't they?
Indeed. So, and there's more and more awareness, I find, nowadays on the climatic change and the farming industry has on the climate impacts.
Of course, yeah.
And CO2 being emitted through all the cows and how space they take, and the way we treat them as well. So.
Of course, and the treatment is very, very important.
Yes.
So anyway, listeners, okay, thank you, Tim, for your
Okay.
So we'll find that on the English workshop website. You will see today under the 5th show with Go English Magazine. Well, I'm doing a little bit on the same topic, believe it or not, and my dish today is vegan. It's a
vegan friendly.
Well, maybe not vegan friendly.
You add milk.
Because we add milk and eggs. So we have both. So we can't say that. No. Okay, so anyway, I thought it would be interesting to talk about Pancake Day. So what is Pancake Day? Tim, do you know what we say in French for Pancake Day?
The crêpe, jeu de crêpe, je sais pas.
Alors, jeu de crêpe is in actual fact Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras, of course.
Yes.
Of course. Yes.
And of course, we have also some vocabulary you will hear, listeners, you will hear the word Lent. So Lent in English is sort of a Christian religious thing with the carême, where people may, alors, how do we say in French, Tim? Given up or give up. Ils renoncent. No, ils arrêtent ou ils renoncent.
Okay, ils renoncent.
They give it up. Toppings. What are our toppings? Because everybody loves nice toppings on their pancakes.
Indeed. You can have sugar, can't you?
Yeah.
Lemon.
Yeah.
Nutella.
Jam. Nutella. Yeah. Exactly. Race. What's a race?
A pancake race.
Yes.
Yes, that's where you run with a pancake.
Yeah. Worldwide. Mondial. Now, you're going to hear the word giant or huge, which means c'est vraiment énorme. And if you hear the word hooping, it's going to mean géantesque, okay? A communal act, an act collectif, achieving, réaliser, and the big word today will be buttermilk, because believe it or not, I didn't know what buttermilk was in French. Do you know what buttermilk is in French, Tim?
No.
Okay. Well, buttermilk is babeur.
Wow.
I never heard of it before.
Me neither.
Well, there we are, listeners. Anyway, Pancake Day is also known as Shrove Tuesday. It's a traditional day of feasting before the Lenten season. which is a Christian tradition. Pancake Day usually falls on a Tuesday. The tradition of making and eating pancakes today has a history of the need to use foods like eggs, milk, and sugar. These ingredients were traditionally restricted during the time of Lent. You remember Lent? Le Carême. The 40 days before Easter. So people would make pancakes to consume their eggs, milk, and sugar, often given up, renoncé, during this time. The association of pancakes on Tuesday has been seen for centuries, and the custom has evolved. Today, Pancake Day is a celebration enjoyed by people of all various backgrounds. The appeal of pancakes on this day is not just historical or religious, it has become a fun and delicious tradition for many, with Mardi Gras, where people dress up and people enjoying a variety of pancake recipes, and of course, putting the toppings they love. The joy of Pancake Day is in the communal act of making and sharing this simple yet versatile dish. So, Tim, does everyone in the world celebrate pancakes?
I wouldn't say everyone in the world.
No, you're right. Not everyone in the world celebrates pancakes, but very often we find countries that have a Christianity influence, such as the UK, Ireland, my country, Australia, Canada, people, or even in America, even if they call it pancakes, because their pancakes are thicker. Exactly.
Well, the Chinese eat pancakes, don't they?
I think they do.
Not on Pancake Day, but they eat it with their duck.
Perhaps, yeah. Perhaps, I don't know. Anyway, Pancake Day has various events. Some people organise, and I know that Karen from our English workshop loves to organise pancake races, and there'll be a pancake race during the stage.
Oh, good.
And Pancake Day may not be widely celebrated in other parts of the world, but they eat them too. So, Tim, do you know where the most giant pancake has been prepared?
The biggest pancake, where would that be prepared? I don't know, you tell me.
There you go. Anyway, for the record, the world's most giant pancake was in Rochdale, Greater Manchester, in the UK, United Kingdom, on the 13th of August, 1994. The pancake was a hooping. Do you remember what I said hooping was? And gigantesque. 15.01 meters in diameter and weighed 3 tons. Yeah, so that is very, very, very big. It was created as part of the Rochdale Food and Drink Festival. Anyway, you cannot imagine how many litres of water you needed, or how many eggs. Do you have an idea?
500.
Okay, well, you're way off. You can multiply that by 10.
Wow.
5,000 eggs were needed. And
did they eat it?
2,000 litres of water, 32 kilograms of baking powder and 44 gallons, be careful, not kilograms, but gallons of cooking oil and 25 kilograms of salt. That is big.
It's enormous.
But Tim, you who is passionate by cooking, how do we make the best pancakes in the world? Well, everybody has their best pancakes.
Their own recipe.
Yes, absolutely. But do you have a personal recipe, Tim?
For pancakes?
Yeah.
No, I leave it to my wife. She's got the French touch for that.
Oh, la, 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 la.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the best pancake is a personal preference, as taste can vary from person to person. Anyway, listeners, I have put on the website a recipe that you can follow, but the special ingredient, as I told you earlier, is buttermilk. Now, do you remember what buttermilk is, Tim?
Babeur.
Babeur. Le beurre. Babeur. Well, there we are, listeners. So that's all for today. My favorite topping, just to finish on the pancakes. Do you know what my favorite topping will be? Haha. Maple syrup. I love maple syrup.
Do you add rum to your mixture?
Oh, no, Tim, I have to work in the afternoon now. With a bit of rum, I mightn't be working very well. Well, listeners, so here we are. We come to the end of the show today. And before I finish, I'm going to give you my little tip of the day on pronunciation. So if you're not sure how to pronounce it, please go online to find a pronunciation tool to help you. There are websites and apps. And then, of course, take out your telephone, repeat the word after, put it into a phrase or two, and of course, repeat the same phrase over and over again until it becomes more natural. That's what I try to do in French. Doesn't always work, but it does help. So there we are. As I always say, a little every day goes farther than doing all in one day. Well, I hope you have learned more with myself and Tim today and expanded your vocabulary. You can listen to this podcast again on YouTube. You can join me every week for engaging, nice articles, etc. From the Your English Weekly, which airs every week from 12:15 to 12:30. And of course, we always try to provide the perfect dose of language. And we always try to brighten your day with a few nice words. So don't miss out on the fun. Tune back in next week. And why not learn some more words with us on 92.1 FM on Radio Grand Lac. But stay tuned for other broadcasting with C'est à bientôt l'apéro avec Sylvain at 6:15 à 18h15. At 7:30 tonight, you have le 16/9, l'émission sur le cinéma avec Kevin et Guillaume. Well, listeners, that's all from us today. Bye, Tim.
Bye, Sinead.
And bye to you from us at you.
Your English Weekly. Your English Weekly. La chronique 100% en anglais de Radio Grand Lac avec Sinead.
Radio Grand Lac.